Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Wow.
These last few days have been absolutely incredible. I feel so lucky and fortunate that our timing to be down here
happened on that full moon.
On that full moon.
Yeah.
We were in the water basically non-stop for the last 4 days.
Yeah. A lot of diving.
With sharks.
Exhausted.
Yeah, me too.
But what an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have a feeling we'll be back again.
Yeah. Who wants to sign up for next year?
I do. Busy day out here today. Perfect sailing. Why not?
You're flying. Whew. This is gonna be awesome. He's gonna shoot the gap. You crazy bastard. Where is he going up?
I don't know.
This guy I might be nervous. What is he doing?
I feel a little nervous too, but like there's not much room.
He's hooking. What kind of boat is that?
I don't know.
He is fucking flying.
Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. She's on bomby lookout. It has become increasingly difficult to up anchor and move on when we have found what we think is the best place ever. But with so many more beautiful spots to explore, it was time to move on and see what other atolls have in store for us. We had 130 miles to go from the South Pass of Fakarava to our next destination. Okay, well, this is a first for us, no doubt.
Being tied to a building?
Yeah, pretty much. So we are here in Ahi, which is one of the northernmost atolls of the Tumamotos. And this one in particularly is known for its pearl farms. In fact, there's like 50 of them on just this island itself.
When you guys hear Tahitian pearls, this is the place.
Spot. So we got through the Tumamoto Compendium some insight as far as a pearl farm who hosts you, that has a mooring ball, and you get to go figure out and see how the whole process works with the pearl extractions, the whole thing. They've invited us to lunch, but we really didn't know what to expect, and here's another one for us.
We're tied up to a building. It's very odd.
We are tied up to a reef that has a little building on it, and I think this is where they do the grafting for the pearls. It's a little dodgy, sketchy situation, but so far it looks okay. But we are gonna go enjoy a couple days here, figuring out the whole process of pearling, which I'm particularly excited about because I like jewelry. I make jewelry, and so this is super special for me. I'm really excited. I absolutely see why the owner here had asked us not to come because it was particularly windy the last 2 days. I see now why. But I think we will be all right, as long as Captain thinks we'll be all right. We'll be all right, right?
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Yeah. Nuts.
Wouldn't want to be here in a storm, huh?
No storms for us here.
No trip to French Polynesia would be complete for us without a visit to a pearl farm. We, or should I say myself specifically, was really interested in seeing a bit of the process to farming these beautiful pearls, and the opportunity presented itself to visit the Kamoka Pearl Farm on the atoll of Ahi and see firsthand how they are produced. Kamoka Pearl Farm is run by the Humbert family, who first sailed to Ahi in the early 70s on a homemade ferro cement hull boat. We met with Tavai, the grandson of Patrick Humbert, who has moved back to the farm to help out his family with the business. I immediately went through all the pearls like I was going through my grandmother's jewelry box when I was a little girl. There were so many different shapes and sizes, a variety of round, oval, pear-shaped, and teardrop, flat, and the color, although they call them black pearls, they offer an infinite range of colors. From the deepest ebony to palest gray with reflections that are sometimes bronze, pink, blue, or green. Patrick explained to me that there are 2 grading systems used to categorize pearls. One determined by the GIA and the Tahitian system, which uses A, B, C, and D to classify the quality. A being the top grade of measurable criteria, classified by size, surface, shine, and shape quality. But before we get too deep into this, let's rewind back just a little further and see what it really takes to produce a pearl. Nearly all Tahitian pearls are cultured, meaning they have been made by a technician inserting a nucleus into an oyster in a process called grafting. And this is how the Tahitian pearl is born. This technical man-made process does, however, mimic the way pearls are made naturally. Basically, when an irritant, such as a grain of sand, gets stuck inside the oyster's body, the animal tries to ease its discomfort by coating the speck in calcium carbonate, which hardens to form the pearl. The pearl itself is made of the same luminous iridescent substance that the oyster lines the inside of its shell with. Black pearls are formed when that piece of sand gets it stuck inside the body of a very specific type of oyster, the Tahitian blacklip Pinctada margaritifera. The interior shell, called the knack, of most oysters is usually glossy white or silver, but the Tahitian black-lipped oyster features a thick band of black. If the pearl forms near that band, it will suck up that coloring. Now, even before the grafting even begins, there are even more steps in the process of making a pearl, and this is the part that Warren and I got to help out with. So this is pretty exciting. While we're staying here on the mooring at Kamoka Pearl Farm, we actually are going to help them string some oysters and then put them in baskets where they will sit for 2 years making a pearl. So this is really exciting to be a part of it and getting to see the whole process and the
start
steps.
to finish.
Yeah, the start to finish, the steps that it takes to make these beautiful little pearls. So I'm very excited. Tavai and Devi, one of the employees of Kamoka, showed us the very beginning stages of the entire process, much of which most people don't even know or see. Before the pearl can be born, the oyster essentially does too, and the beginning stages involves growing the oyster to maturity by stringing them into lines where it will grow in the nutrient-rich waters of the atoll for about a year. Most pearl farms have their own techniques for growing the oysters, and many farms wreak environmental havoc on the local ecosystems. Kamoka is known for adhering to the strictest levels of sustainable farming in the pearl world. This not only helps the environment, but also improves the quality of the pearl. Even the grounds that they live on we found was least impactful. They lived minimally, much like we do, getting electricity by solar and wind power, collecting fresh water from the rain, and not overfishing so that they have a healthy population of lagoon fish that also helps clean the oysters, which Tavai shows us later.
I'm doing a great knot. They're going to have to be cut off right here.
How many are in about
20.
20?
So those things we'll bring our baskets with all the oysters in them, which are all dirty oysters. We'll bring them down here. We'll just pin them on those pins down there.
Yeah.
And then we'll open the basket up.
Oh.
And all the fish from around here will come by
And clean it.
and go inside the basket and clean the oysters.
Oh,
So
wow.
this is our cleaning station.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. Very cool. It was amazing to see how labor intensive it was to produce these little gems. We were surprised to find out that from the very birth of the black pearl to its finished state would take a total of 4 to 5 years. It takes an incredible amount of patience just to make one, and often not without flaws. But nothing's perfect, and it's truly about the journey. Wouldn't you agree? Awesome.
Oh, that was fun, huh?
Yeah, that was really cool. I mean, I'm just always super excited to do experiences like that, and that one in particular because I love pearls, I love jewelry making, and it's amazing to see really the whole process.
Yeah.
So, that was great. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we have left one atoll. We were supposed to do an overnight. It's 80 miles, so we're just supposed to do an overnight, get into this next atoll at 8 a.m.
Hopefully to time the right slack.
Right, of course, get into the pass at the right slack, and we've made it about 2 miles, and the winds completely died. We are absolutely as becalmed as we possibly could be.
Definitely not as forecasted.
No, they did not
And,
turn out to be as they were forecasted.
So therefore, because we're not going to motor, we're just going to sit out here in wet space land.
Wet space. The ocean, now we call it wet space.
Yeah, until the winds pick back up, we're just going to sit here.
We just about flat out refuse to motor anymore. I mean,
Unless
going
it's through
in and
the
out of the passes is one thing,
Yeah.
but we've done so well since Mexico. I mean, we've used a quarter tank of fuel since leaving Mexico. Like, that's unheard of. Some people carry extra jerry cans to cross the Pacific Ocean, and we used a quarter tank of fuel. Like, it's crazy. So we're just seeing how far we can ride this out and how long we can go with this one tank. So
But
we're just gonna say
side note, we did fuel up because we
Of
always
course.
want to top off and just make sure that we're
we're
full.
sitting with a full tank of fuel right now,
we're
but we
just not
only
using any.
we've only used a quarter tank.
So until
total.
then, Captain's
Play.
Hour.
Play.
We're just here to jam out with the best man. All we got is time, baby. This is, well, that's pretty much why you time it slack tide here, apparently.
Yeah, it's so confusing though because it's supposed to be low tide, which means it should be going in. We've already missed what's technically low tide, so why it's still flowing out, we don't know.
Well,
but that's just the way it goes.
Didn't we read sometimes when it's always overflow, it's always outgoing?
It's always outgoing. Sometimes it's outgoing at 8 knots and sometimes it's outgoing at 3 knots, which is what we just experienced. It wasn't all that bad. It just is a little hair-raising.
I mean, for me, that was definitely nerve-wracking. That would be, I think, our roughest pass yet to date. But we did it. We made it, and it's just a little rough for a little while. I wouldn't want to be them right now, that's for sure.
No.
That does not look pleasant. Whew. Wow. Who are you shouting at this early in the morning?
Our neighbors. I just shout at the neighbors. Come pick up your shit! Well, I wouldn't shout at them so early, but they were loading up the dinghy, and I know they're getting ready to do a dive, so I repaired their octopus valve,
nice.
Breather valve. I don't know what the hell to call it. I repaired their dive
You
shit.
should probably know. Beautiful morning today, like almost every other morning here. But we've just taken it easy, haven't we?
Yes, it's been delightful.
It's been really nice, actually. We've had nobody on the boat with us. It's just been Warren and I, and we've been jumping in and out of the water, relaxing on the boat, doing pretty much anything, if not nothing. And that feels kind of good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Slow down and.
Yeah.
I mean, we're catching up on videos. We're catching up on boat work.
We're catching up on
plenty
sleep.
of time. Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of sleep in the last couple of weeks. I would say.
We're in bed by 9 and we're up by about 6 or 7.
Yeah, which is a good.
So there's a solid 9 to 10 hours every night.
Yeah. There's not much else to do besides swim in these beautiful
I mean, we're
waters.
not solving the world's problem by any means, but we're definitely busy. We're in the water all of the time, enjoying the
This
permanent
is true.
residents here, getting to know all of the different places to dive.
Right.
We've been to 5 or 6 different atolls. We're doing some solid sailing in between them. So we're doing things. It's not like we're just sitting around. But there's not much here.
There's not much here. I mean, there's no bars. There's not like that's what we're looking for all the time.
But it would be something to do and go to meet everybody.
In comparison to what it's like in
Everywhere
Mexico,
else. Or the
you know,
Caribbean.
or the Caribbean. But there's not much of that here. In fact, it's a very sleepy sort of culture.
Mentality.
Yeah.
Culture.
I would say.
Yep.
But the days are definitely jam-packed full of things all the time. We try to snorkel as much as we can. We try to get some boat projects done when we can.
I guess today is a bit of a work day.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think we've been pushing our just jobs back a little bit, and
Now's the time.
now's the time. The weather's just kind of been a little bleh the last couple of days, but it's been nice overall. We've been enjoying our time here. Gotta say that.
Somebody's not feeling very well.
I can handle my shirt, but I just can't anymore.
What happened to you? It's usually me over there and she's over here laughing at me, so it's kind of nice to be in my position.
It's not like we had a crazy night. We've had crazy nights in the past.
I think we're just getting older, honey. It's
No.
getting much, much, much harder to weather these kind of drinking nights.
I'm not drinking ever again.
We had a fun night over at a neighbor boat last night, and it wasn't even that late. We got home at 10:30. We probably had, a handful of wine drinks and 1 or 2 rum drinks at the end. Just getting harder.
Turn off the lights, babe.
And we've got work to do today because we have our package that arrived here. I don't know if we can disclose what it is yet. I don't know how we should do this.
We just don't drink as often anymore. It's
No, we
not
don't.
as easy.
No, it's much harder. I've been hungover from 2 drinks before, and these were not like tall double stiffs or anything. I've definitely had a little bit of a hangover headache from 2 drinks. It's just, oh, I don't know. I remember the day when we used to just all night long. There's no problem.
I give up.
I'm feeling much better. I was scared for a moment for my life. Like 2 glasses of wine.
Come on, there was 2 glasses of wine and easily 2 cups of rum.
Who's counting? Anyways, I'm feeling much better. Jumped in the water, feel refreshed, but it's time to go, babe. We have to go pick up our package.
It's gonna be a wet, rough ride.
It is. So, in order to pick up our package and get things delivered in the first place to here, it takes a little bit of planning and work. But we've had this package planned for a year now, and we're finally getting to share this and tell you about it. But we're not going to tell you just yet.
We're gonna show you.
We're going to show you. But we have to go pick it up at the airport. So shipments can come in either by boat or by airplane here at these islands in the Tumamotos. And ours arrived just yesterday. So we're going to take the dinghy. And it's about a mile from here.
It's about a mile from here, or 2 miles on a bike, and I don't want to carry the package on a bike, so we're going to dinghy it.
It's a little big.
Just a rough,
the conditions
windy day.
are not ideal today for this ride. Downwind is going to be fine. On the way back,
we're going to be wet.
It's going to get wet.
Brought the rain jacket?
Maybe. Yeah. But I'm really excited. Let's go.
All right.
I have a feeling today is going to be a rough ride.
Yeah.
I hope we're going to be able to manage this today.
I hope so too.
Come here, Dinghy.
Like a pro.
I think today's my day.
I know. I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Alright. Now we gotta figure out where this package is.
I'm so glad you speak French, because I would be so bummed right now. Oh, I know. I know you will.
Okay, it's here. He's just checking your ID.
Excessively loud here.
It's an airport. We got a new sail.
You guys know precision sails?
There she is. I just want to sail her now.
I know.
It's very compact.
Let's go sailing.
How come we can't sail when it's like...
I know, I don't know.
And put it back away like this. Stop. Yay! Cool.
All right, perfect. You're amazing. Woo! An hour later.
Oh my god.
You okay?
I'm okay.
Woo! We made it.
We didn't get a lot of this on film because,
We
you know, classic scenario, when there's an emergency, you just put the camera down.
Yeah.
But we were dropping off some friends, picking up our new sail. And all of a sudden, someone was like, your dinghy's drifting.
I think it's okay.
So yeah,
Whoops.
emergency run outside to check what the hell. And our dinghy had just started drifting into the reef. And we got so lucky just then, because it could have like flipped it, punctured it.
Yeah.
Again, conditions were not really ideal for all of these events today, but we've got our sail!
Now let's go sailing.
Yes!
Yeah.
This is the head.
So, I
I hope I'm not diverging too much, and I hope you'll stop me if I
Not
start
at
to just
all.
tangent.
No, this is exactly
Yeah.
this is exactly what we wanted to hear.
Whether you're a brand new person in the sailing world or a veteran sailor, it's fascinating to see the evolution over time and the development
Totally.
of the technologies to make it better. And I mean, if you think about it, people are traveling around the world thousands of miles by a piece of cloth, if you put it in the simplest form.
Yeah.
So
Harnessing the forces of the wind, like it's
Yeah.
and it only takes once to get on a boat and shut that engine off and realize you're going
wow.
6
Yeah.
knots, whatever, and you're not consuming any diesel. There's silent, except for the splash of the waves, right? Like there's so much beauty in it.
And I absolutely feel connected to the centuries of sailors before us that have kind of paved the way to be able to do this. And there's such a beauty in it.
Yeah.
So many cultures have, I feel like when there's something that's that connected to humanity, the cultures that at the time had so little interaction with each other,
Mhm.
and they all developed their own form of it.
Right.
We were all kind of dependent on the sea. The idea that you have everything from junk rigs in Asia to even Sandblast Panama. Exactly. It's incredible that we all kind of developed our own form of harnessing that the
Right.
force of the air and the wind and getting out there. So it's pretty cool stuff.